Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another Breezy cast. And today I actually have a surprise for you guys. We have a special guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey everybody, this is Wingflyer from Total Annihilation Cast. I have my own channel, and when I saw that Breezy was casting this ProTA tournament, I was super excited, and I was like, I've got to get in on this. This looks awesome. I love tournaments of any kind, and I have not casted ProTA before on my channel, so this will be new for me. Some of my viewers were requesting that, but man, I'm more than excited to be here with Breezy to cast this best of five between Frieza and Venom. And yeah, man, what do you think? What's this set gonna be like?
Between these guys, it's going to be pretty wild. I'm just going to say that right now. Um, both these guys are pretty much at the top of the food chain on ProTA. So you should definitely expect some pretty good games. It's probably going to be a lot of full out aggression. Um, looks like Venom is playing core and Frieza's playing arm. So we're gonna have a nice little core versus arm action.
Now, is there any world that you would go K-bot first? I mean, I just think it's absolutely insane to go K-bot first on Comet Catcher, but I don't get paid the big bucks like these guys. So yeah, I really
um,
want your take on that. I mean, is that an option, or are you just trolling if you go K-bots first on this map?
yeah, this map is just a little too big to go K-bots. In the round of 8, we saw on Tag Rock versus Roland, Roland went for K-bots, and he honestly just couldn't even get out of his corner of the base.
Oh wow.
Because yeah, the cons are they're just too slow. So like when you're trying to go longer distances, it's good at the beginning, but once they have to travel like a certain distance, it becomes pretty inefficient.
Yeah.
And that's where vehicle really starts to shine, is on those bigger maps. So
Yeah, I think K-bot first start has the advantage that the K-bots constructors are cheaper, so you can build more.
yeah,
And like you said, that might be useful on a smaller map, but on a big map like this, with a lot of surface area, the construction vehicles rather, are faster. So that will, like you said, I think over time give you a big advantage, just in terms of ability to take control of the map and get your economy going. So
yeah. So like on smaller maps like gas plant plains, maps like of that size, K-bots actually do quite well on maps of like a smaller size. You can actually overwhelm, like say, like if Venom went K-bot on gas plant planes and Frieza went in vehicles, he'd probably have a really hard time defending. Actually,
now
uh,
Venom is the technically the creator of this mod of ProTA mod. I think it was originally called V mod, and some people
yeah,
still call it V mod. But Venom has contributed a lot to the Total Annihilation community. He's made a lot of maps. The V map pack is probably the most popular map pack of all time. And what was the goal here? What was the goal with creating ProTA? Do you have any insight into that?
um, I think he just wanted to make it's he's trying to keep it like OTA style, and OTA is basically just the base game. He wanted to keep it basically the same gameplay as it was in OTA, but just balancing units that weren't really used. If you've ever played OTA, the meta was pretty much flashes, hawks, bombers,
Samsons, yeah.
maybe some Samsons every now and then. But yeah, mostly it was just like 3 or 4 different units, and you wouldn't really see a lot of diversity. So I think he just really wanted to balance out like the tier 2 units, balance out some of the T1 units that weren't really used, and give them a good role. So I think that's kind of like I think that's kind of what his goal was with this mod. Just balancing out what's already there. Doesn't He didn't really add any units or tiers. Just just balancing the units that were already there to make them useful. It
Yeah.
looks like
Yeah, go ahead.
Venom is putting on a little bit of pressure here, but falls back a little bit.
Yeah, so Venom sending, let's see, sending some instigators.
Yeah.
And do you think that's enough at this point to really get much accomplished? I mean, what is it going to take for the players to, break into each other's economy? Comet Catcher is a pretty open map, right?
Yeah, so I think what Venom did there was the right play, like pulling back a little bit, because I think he saw that Frieza had units in the right spot to defend that.
Right.
Um, Frieza's actually got units in pretty good spots of where he thinks he will be attacked, so he's playing in a very defensive manner, probably more of like a counter attacky style.
Yeah.
So he's letting Venom he's trying to get like efficient fights. So he also wants to get the reclaim from these units. So he's kind of like trying to bait Venom in here to make an overcommit.
Yeah, and it looks like he's moving in now, moving into
Mm-hmm.
into
On the
Frieza's
bottom right.
base. But I mean, it feels like Frieza's pretty prepared for this, right?
Yeah,
For this
and he's
attack.
doing a nice job nano blocking, putting those little dragon teeth in the way so his con doesn't take any damage there. So doing a good job at keeping his con alive.
Yeah, he is doing a good job. Guys, nano blocking is definitely a higher level play. You can put buildings in the way of your structures or vehicles or even your commander to protect them. The nano structure will kind of act as a wall, and that can be a pretty effective tactic to keep units alive. It's almost like abusing a bug. It's hard to say. It's such an accepted part of the gameplay that I don't know if I would
Yeah.
call it that. You know.
Yeah, I mean, in OTA, that's honestly just pretty standard. Like most games would probably consider that a bug because it is a bug, but
Right.
we've kind of adapted. We've adapted to bringing that into the normal play.
But yeah, Venom going for an attack here, but Frieza has a lot of flashes, man, and
Yeah,
with all these
defends that quite
flashes,
well.
I just don't see that this attack is probably going to accomplish much. Is Frieza just sending units in to kind of die and give? I mean, it's Venom sending units in to just die and give Frieza free metal. What do you think?
Yeah, so Frieza's little defensive style here is actually working out quite well for him. So
Yeah,
he's getting very efficient trades.
yeah.
And he's leaving a lot of wreckage for Frieza to get. And I feel like he's just going to pull ahead on the production here. If you go to his main base, he's already got
Oh
three
wow,
factories out.
3 factories
Uh,
already. That's
and then if you take a look at Venom's base, he only has one. So you can already kind of tell that Frieza's style here is definitely working out a lot better.
no, I agree, man. This defensive style seems to be working out really well. There are a lot of different ways to play TA, which is one of the reasons I love it because there's so many different play styles that you can utilize.
Mm-hmm.
But here in this game, we see Venom as the aggressor and Frieza definitely playing that more defensive style.
Yeah, Venom. Frieza kind of using his. 'Cause he knows how Venom plays. He's a very aggressive player, so he's going to
Yeah.
try to find holes in your defense to break and do a lot of damage to you. And he's kind of using that to his advantage here, and it's paying off quite well. He's at this moment, I'd say he's definitely far ahead, at least on the production.
Yeah. No,
It's like Venom's sending a little raid here on the top left.
top left. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if does Frieza have any units there to defend?
I don't see much up here.
Yeah, maybe this could be the attack that he could get some damage done.
Yeah.
Put Frieza maybe on the back foot a little bit.
There's also an attack coming through the bottom.
Oh yeah, so he's kind of doing like a pincer attack here.
Yeah. Maybe the idea is to all of draw all
Units.
of Frieza's forces to the south and then sneak through the north.
Yeah, yeah, that's what it's looking like here. Oh, Frieza does have a couple of flashes on the top, but it doesn't look like he's reacted to this at all yet. So this actually could do a lot of damage. But wow, I mean, I'm just looking around. Frieza has a bunch of flashes. I'd say he has probably double.
Yeah, and in the north, this attack is, I mean, it's effective. He's killing solar collectors, or at the very least, he's going to kill this Khan, or he does kill the Khan, and very annoying. I'm surprised that was so effective. Venom definitely finding a weak spot, a chink in the armor there. What do you think?
Yeah, he's getting a lot of damage done with this. But if you can see, kind of like in the center, Frieza's got a huge counterattack. Yeah, and he's got two. He's got on the top left there, and then on the bottom middle. But these Gators are still in Frieza's base doing damage.
Oh wow, man, that's crazy. So there's a ton of action going on all over the map. It's hard to even keep up with it.
Yeah, it's quite action-packed. I think they're both hitting each other pretty hard here at the same time. So now it's going to come down to multitasking, who can defend better while attacking.
And that's a lot of flashes. Frieza's been massing up flashes the entire game and hasn't really attacked once, so this is like...
yeah, he's kind of just overpowering him at this point.
Yeah, just rolling through his base now with a ton of flashes. And but Venom still has those instigators, or he has a few instigators back in his base.
They're still alive, going around, doing damage.
But there's just so many more flashes in the south here, and they are just absolutely kind of wreaking havoc.
Yeah, I think Frieza's production has definitely paid off here, as he got those factories a lot earlier.
Oh yeah, those 3 factories doing work. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah, and I think he was able to do that from just playing a little bit defensive and getting all that reclaim like we were talking about. Oh yeah, Venom is in big trouble here. Half of his solars are shut down, and he's just got a huge gap in the center of the map now. There's nothing there to protect him.
That's just so many flashes, and he is using some D-guns, so kudos to them. Yeah.
Let's take a look at what Frieza. So it looks like he cleaned up that attack.
Yeah.
And definitely in a better spot at the moment.
Yeah, no doubt.
But I wouldn't count Venom out just yet.
Yeah, he's still on three factory, Frieza, and Venom still on 2 factory. But just looking at Venom's base, it's kind of a wasteland. There's just corpses and smoke everywhere. The metal extractors have been killed, and just economically, Venom now way behind. He's making 20 metal to Frieza's 34, but however, Venom has a ton of reclaim that he can pick up here.
That's true. Now he just needs to be able to get some cons out to reclaim all that.
Yeah.
And he's switching into some slashers.
Yeah.
They're pretty good at, once you get the big ball of them, it's pretty efficient. Like, you can just kind of kite and kite with those slashers and use their range effectively to fight off these flashes. But there's just so many units.
There's so many flashes, bro. Oh my god.
I don't know if Venom can keep up with this, because he needs the cons to reclaim to get more factories, but he also needs units to defend. He's just such in a bad spot right now.
No, I absolutely agree. Like you said, he needs cons to stay in this economically, but every con he makes just puts him further and further behind on the battlefield. And it just feels like a really bad situation. Pulverizers are good, but there's just so many flashes that I don't think it's enough missile towers to really make the difference here.
Yeah, looks like he's gonna take out this whole right side pretty much. Yeah, see, with Comet Catcher, it kind of plays out this way. There's usually like 1 or 2 attacks that just like really damage your opponent, and then you'll notice that the other player starts to fall behind. It's kind of how this map plays out.
Yeah, for sure. I've said in previous casts on my channel that Comet Catcher is one of the highest skill maps for OTA and just TA in general, because it's pretty much a flat battlefield with metal everywhere. It's hard to defend everything.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can't really spend resources defending everything anyway. It'd be a waste to try to defend the whole map. So it's a nice display of both offensive and defensive skill. You definitely have to master both play styles to dominate on this map. And Frieza just playing that more defensive style early on, letting Venom crash into him like a wall, and then reclaiming all of those corpses. And it seems like that has worked out really well for him this game. So
yeah, it definitely got him pretty far ahead, I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I give Frieza credit because it's not easy to defend when you're getting attacked from multiple spots.
Yes.
So, he played that pretty much perfectly, defending Venom's attacks.
Yeah, I've said before that it's actually easier to attack than defend in TA, because when you attack, you can just kind of click waypoints on metal extractors and forget about it. But when you defend, you have to actively follow enemy units around the map. But
and then the highest level players will also, they know this too, so they'll start spreading their units out even more, or making them go different directions to catch you off guard.
Yeah.
So it makes it even harder to track.
Yeah.
Yeah, defending, I would say, is a lot more difficult than attacking.
Absolutely, because there's just so much more micromanagement involved in defending, where when you attack, you can just kind of forget it. I think that's due to the fact that in TA, unlike most RTSs, units can move while firing, so you don't have to stop to fire like you would in StarCraft or Age of Empires, or really most other RTS games.
Yeah.
So that allows you to just kind of fire, you just click on the map and forget your units, and they'll just go in and kill everything. While the defending player has to follow them around, and that requires a lot of micro. But as we've seen, Frieza showing that you can play defensively and really come out on top, so really nice job.
Yeah, people kind of see ProTA as like a rush mod, like you have to rush.
Yeah.
That's just not true though. There's multiple different styles, and they all work quite well.
Yeah.
So Venom's starting to get this nice big ball of slashers here, and it's really helping him survive. And he is getting a bunch of cons out now, so he's trying to get the reclaim and build some defenses up so he can survive here. But I mean, Frieza's got almost half the map, while Venom's kind of in this corner.
Yeah, it's looking pretty bad. It's looking pretty bad for Venom, just because Frieza is now on 55 metal per second, and Venom on like 16. So just in terms of production and economy, that is a massive disadvantage. And even with all of this reclaim that he has access to, he's just struggling to even build cons. Now, Venom, is he going for T2? Yeah, he is. Maybe is this like a desperate last-ditch effort or something?
Well, T2, it's definitely strong enough to get you back in the game, and he does have a lot of reclaim here, so you can get it out pretty quick. But it looks like he's still trying to get more cons out, so he's not putting his commander on that advanced factory just yet. But I mean, if you go to Frieza's space here, he's got, let's see, he's got 5 factories here. I think I saw one on the top left as well. And he has these factories guarded out with cons as well, which speeds up the build power on the factories to get out even more units. Oh, look at this attack here.
Another push by Frieza, and oh my god, it's relentless. Venom struggling to just hold on against the endless wave. Frieza's playing Total Annihilation, and Venom's playing Tower Defense. So I think
Hey, and
that's
Frieza's even mixing some stumpies in, so these stumpies are actually very strong against the slashers
oh yeah.
because they have they're a little bit more on the tanky side, and they can shoot over Rex pretty well, and they're kind of the counter to the slasher ball.
Yeah, Stumpies become very useful as the T1 game meta, you could say, progresses. Because they are...
Curious,
Go ahead.
oh, sorry about that. I was going to say, I'm curious to see if Frieza will see that Venom's going to advance or switch into it himself, or if he's just going to try to overpower him with T1. Now, it looks like Frieza's building an aircraft plant in his main, probably to get some air cons out to steal the reclaim all the way down there where you can't really reach it with the vehicle cons. And he is going advanced vehicle now.
Okay. Well, he is behind Venom then, because Venom has made it to K-Bots just now.
Yep. Just finished it up.
And that is going to give him an advantage, but will it make a difference? I mean, even if he starts spamming out pyros right now, I mean, just looking at the mini-map, there's a lot of blue.
Yeah. I know Venom, he's not a quitter, so he's going to fight till the very end, but it's definitely looking very bleak for him. I'll say that. It's going to be very, very, very hard if he wants to crawl back into this game. Now he's making advanced con, so he probably wants to try to get some boho mines out.
Yeah, here in the bottom, do you see this attack? It's all the way at the bottom.
Oh yeah, with the stumpies.
Yeah, that's a nice little run by that Frieza's doing here. And
he doesn't really have units in position either to...
No.
Like, these can wreak havoc in the back. He's trying to send some, but
yeah,
he could probably kill a lot of this energy here.
Frieza is truly evil and honorless, exactly how DBZ portrays him. It's a perfect name, I think, for this player. Just relentless with the pressure. He's dropping the world-ending... what was the name of the move that Frieza used, the energy ball that he used to destroy Planet Vegeta?
I forget.
Was there a name? Technically a name for that?
The one that's... that Frieza used?
Yeah, that Frieza used to destroy. It's kind of his signature move. He creates like this purple ball that becomes like, massive.
What was that?
I don't know.
Forget. It's been a long time since I watched
yeah.
DBZ.
Well, anyways, that's what Frieza's doing to Venom right now. He's just dropping the massive purple ball onto Venom's base, and it's looking pretty grim, like you said.
Yeah, he's basically just right in his little corner.
Yeah.
And he's just got units just flooding in, streaming down at this point, just non-stop. I do like the switch into stumpies, as once this area gets clogged up with wreckage, these stumpies really shine. But it looks like Venom is going to tap out.
Yeah, Venom will tap out there. Relentless pressure by Frieza. Absolutely disgusting to watch. So
yeah, pretty crazy first game there.
No, it was. It was really entertaining. And this is a best of 5, guys, so Frieza still has to win 2 more games to take the set. So it could go either way. Do not count Venom out. He's the creator of the mod. You know, he's probably considered one of the best players. Oh yeah.
At least in OTA, he's won a lot of tournaments throughout the years consistently. So he's definitely one of the favorites to at least get to the finals or win the whole thing. So you can't count Venom out.
No.
At all.
You know, Venom has yet to go Super Saiyan, guys. He's holding it in, right? He wants to wait till the last moment and make a dramatic entrance and just absolutely stomp Frieza in the face. So let's watch that. Let's go on to game 2 here.
All right, guys. We'll see you on game 2. All right, guys. Welcome back, and we're here in game 2 of this best of 5 series between Tag Venom and Tag Frieza. You got 2 clanmates going at it. So let's just get right into the game here.
Yeah, I'm excited after that first game. That was really entertaining, and I feel like both players definitely put in a good fight. But Frieza did come out on top just a little bit, just
Yeah,
slightly ahead. Yeah.
he definitely snowballed that early advantage he had into a victory there.
Yeah.
Um,
Now both players this game. Oh no. Okay, so Venom is going core,
mhm.
and Frieza going arm. And what do you think about this map? Because this is a cool map. I like that there's a lot of different play styles
Oh
uh,
yeah,
that it
yeah.
facilitates.
Hmm.
Uh,
So you can pretty much open with pretty much anything on this
right.
map. K-bot vehicle is viable. Also, air first is viable. If you uh, kind of look around the map, you'll see a lot of these olek trees.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of metal to be grabbed
Yeah.
with. You can grab those with an air con, and you can do some bombing here. Um, I know from experience, Venom is probably one of the best bombers I've ever played against.
Oh
He's
gosh.
his bombing is pretty insane. So, but he's not. Doesn't seem like he's going to do that this game. Going for probably the safer opener, which is both players are going to go K-bot here.
No,
Oh, what?
I tend to agree with you. K-bot is pretty safe on this map just because
Mhm.
you can get those cons out to reclaim early on. You can reclaim a lot of these trees. Now is on this map you could go air, you could go sea, you could go hovercraft.
Yeah,
Um,
hovercraft's definitely a viable option.
yeah.
Yeah.
What do you
Uh,
predict here? Do you think the players are going to try to take control of the sea? They could probably shell each other's bases with certainly like the T2 options from the sea.
yeah, like pelicans and gimps.
Yeah, no, I also meant like battleships or uh, rangers in the sea.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it could get to if the game gets
yeah,
to a big enough like if it becomes a stalematy situation where both people have their sides secure and they kind of build up a little bit, it could lead to advanced shipyards. Although I haven't seen that quite yet. Usually, one player gets some kind of advantage in a way earlier on, and usually snowballs that into a victory. But the standard here is usually you get some cons out, and then you pretty much get a lot of build power on your factory. You see, Venom has 3 cons on his factory, so he's going to be pumping out units very quickly, and then he's going to walk his commander kind of straight up one side, pretty much all the way to the top right here. It looks like,
yeah.
and then it looks like Frieza. He's still got his commander on the factory here. I'm actually surprised. Usually the standard is you kind of start walking your commander one way and then you send your cons the other direction to expand the other way.
Now,
And then it slowly
Frieza,
gets into this sea battle. Yeah.
Frieza with a single flea here, just being annoying.
Yeah, I hate those pesky fleas as a core player. We don't really have a similar unit for that. So that's one advantage Arm gets early on, and they're actually really annoying on this map because they can actually climb these. You see, like these like outer
Yeah.
ledges here. They can get up top of those and just be real
Oh
annoying.
yeah, like this. Yeah.
Yeah, well, looks like
So
Venom
Core
doing just
gets
a little bit of
the
scouting there.
in VMod, Core gets the Necro though, right?
Yeah, they do get the Necro, and they've been changed a little bit to have the similar build power as the Fark now, and they still have their like revive ability, but they
Okay.
they are more expensive to make than a Fark.
Now is the Necro a T1 or a T2 unit?
That is a T2 unit.
Okay.
I know in escalation they have what are the those bots that can go out and reclaim? Uh,
The mites. It's like the
yeah,
termite. Yeah.
those. Yeah. So how would you now? How are the openers compared to escalation? Are these kind of similar to what how like the opening is it similar to escalation that
Y-
we've seen here? Or is it kind of a different style?
No, I think this would be pretty normal for escalation starting K-bot first. You would probably see some mites just because they're the units it's designed to like reclaim. They pretty much just got rid of the fleas and turned them into this like reclaim unit, which I've heard some people complain about. The flea has become kind of a trademark of TA. It doesn't only exist in ProTA, it also exists in the spring mods as well. So BA and Bar have the flea, and it is just as annoying as it is in this mod. Flea rushes are a thing, but given that you don't have fleas, the flea has been changed in escalation as more of a reclaim unit. You would probably see some of those. Otherwise, I think it would probably be just about the same. Where it might diverge would be as the game progresses into like later technology tiers. So
it looks like Venom has expanded into the sea here. He's got a shipyard up, and he's getting some cons out. And it looks like Frieza's actually got a lot more cons. He's using his commander on the shipyard here. Meanwhile, Venom is just going for a faster comm walk to the top right.
Yeah, both players entering the sea, and that's not at all unexpected. The question, in some ways, is how many resources they devote to the sea, or how much they
that's when stuff starts to get interesting.
Yeah, into sea dominance, because your resources are limited, right? So if you invest in the sea, then you can't build as much of an army on the land, and vice versa. And sea is expensive. It always has been. Those Crusaders are unbelievably expensive. So if one player decides to try to control the sea, they're going to be lacking on the land. So it'll be interesting to see, no pun intended, how the players want to crack this chestnut. But it looks like there's about to be an engagement at the top left. Frieza with some D-guns.
Yep, he's using his. I mean, if we knew what the name of the move was called, that's what he'd be doing right now.
Oh yeah,
his final move.
Yeah, he's throwing some energy balls.
I would say Kamehamehas, but I know that's Goku's.
Yeah, no, that's Goku's thing. No, he's not using Kamehamehas. He's using the evil Frieza energy balls, the ki blasts or whatever. We don't know the terminology, and forgive us, the diehard DBZ fans. We have failed you, but perhaps you can just give us your energy, and it will all be okay. But no, as I said, it will be interesting to see how these players want to split their resources in terms of attempting to dominate the land versus the sea. Clearly, it feels as though the land would be more important, but taking control of the sea is basically taking control of the middle of the map. And, from there, you can just kind of do anything you want. So,
yeah, there's quite a bit of underwater metal here.
Yeah.
So, and it looks like Frieza's taken most of it since he put more resources into the sea here. Looks like we have a little engagement with some skeeters. It looks like he's going to get that construction ship there. Yeah.
It looks like he might just get it.
Yeah, good pick up there by Venom, but you got to be a little bit careful here since Frieza's got more skeeters than he does searchers.
Yeah. And don't forget to do the sonar command so you can see what's underwater. Dot sonar. There you go. And that will give you a little more insight, especially if the players start building submarines, which I think will probably happen. I expect.
So this is when things start to get interesting. You can kind of see that they're starting to do different things.
Yeah.
Venom's got a vehicle plant here on the top, so it looks like he's kind of focusing more on land. Meanwhile, it looks like Frieza's putting a little more emphasis on the sea. But Venom has, at the moment, secured both corners, which is pretty good.
Yeah, just taking a look at the bottom left, Frieza was at least thinking about moving forward with his commander there, but
that's a lot of AKs.
Yeah, that would be ill-advised.
Storms there.
Yeah, And he's got to be
I like
careful. He could get sniped easily if he doesn't play it right. But
backing off there.
Yeah, a battle in the top right as well. We've got Pee-wees versus Instigators.
Mm-hmm. So if it's similar numbers, the Instigator should definitely win that fight there. And it kind of looks like Frieza has like a miss rally here, kind of sending units in one by one, which can happen. This map, it takes a lot of APM to control these different fronts all at the same time, so it can be pretty taxing on your actions per minute here.
Yeah, absolutely. These high-level games definitely will test your ability to micromanage and test your APM. So, but at the top right here, this battle continuing to rage, but Venom with this one construction K-bot reclaiming everything he can. That's definitely going to give his economy a boost.
Oh yeah, yeah. Venom's got a lot more just land and T1 land in general. Frieza does have an advanced K-bot out now.
Oh wow!
He's not making any units out of it just yet.
But the Venom at the bottom left looks to be trying for a push.
Oh, that's a lot of LLTs there. So that'll thwart that away. And he's using these skeets to kind of defend the land here, as this land's pretty flat, so these skeeters can actually shoot on the land quite well. So using his skeeters to defend the top and getting defenses prepared.
Yeah, here at the top, those Instigators, he's not trying to do a counterattack, but as you mentioned, these skeeters are very effective with the constant missile barrage, and I don't think Venom's going to be able to break through here.
Yeah, with that LLT there, and then these skeeters kind of just raining missiles down, it looks like he's going to have to back off here.
Yeah.
But what do you think of Venom? Seems to have more of the land, and has he caught up in the sea? I mean, it's looking pretty good here for Venom in terms of map control, and he does have an advanced K-bot out now as well.
Okay, so both players on advanced K-bot, and we could start to see some Pelicans. As I say that, Frieza does start building his first Pelican. Yeah,
there it is.
But Gimps are also an option. Of course, I think Pelicans are just a little bit better than Gimps, usually, especially since they can contribute to the sea.
Well, actually in ProTA, the Gimps have been changed a little bit. They actually, because in OTA, they used to go like under the water, right?
Yeah.
Now they're on top of water, so they can actually match up with the Pelicans quite well now.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's crazy. Yeah. So you're telling me that Gimps actually they have a Jesus mechanic?
Yep.
Okay.
They got the Jesus mechanic.
They got the Jesus. Okay. Can they also turn water into wine? Because that would be pretty useful too in this scenario.
Oh, maybe in 4.4.
Okay. Well, I'll talk to Venom. I mean,
talk to Venom about that.
Yeah. Okay. Man, that's awesome. No, I'm excited to see that. I really hope that Venom builds some Gimps. That would be. He is building Gimps,
and he is building. Yep.
Wish granted.
You shall receive. Huh?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Jesus in every way. So, yeah, absolutely. I think I'm excited to see how that works. It kind of boggles the mind how a Gimp would walk on the water, but who am I to question the wisdom of Venom?
Yeah, because that was kind of like an advantage that ARM had that Core didn't really have an answer for. Yeah. So he thought that change would make it a little more balanced. The Core has been balanced quite a bit to where it's actually almost pretty much seems pretty even between ARM and Core now. As before, ARM was pretty dominant in every way.
Oh yeah.
Looks like Venom actually got some pyros out as well here, and I didn't even notice that. Which have also they've been changed in ProTA. They're quite good now.
Yeah.
Basically, your all-around raider. A lot of hit points, pretty fast, high DPS. And he might be able to actually get around this light laser tower. He might just be able to ignore it and just push in here.
Yeah, pyros are no joke, and he does get one through, and it's really a question of how much he can do with it. He will roast those wind generators in just nanoseconds.
Oh, yeah.
So he doesn't.
Oh.
He does die. But
Well, we got a big attack here on the bottom as well. He's pushing through the light laser towers, and I think he can honestly get through here.
That amount of storms is really good. Storms are good against static defense in general.
Yeah.
And the Gimps now, the walking Jesuses
Oh yeah,
on the water. I didn't believe you. I thought you were pulling one on me, but I have truly seen it, and I now believe that the Gimps can walk on water, defying all explanation. But man, at the bottom left, Venom really putting that.
Oh yeah, he's putting the pressure on now.
Yeah.
Because he's even brought his searchers over here to help out.
Yeah.
And honestly, there's not really much here for Frieza to defend. He's got one laser tower, but that's just not going to cut it.
No. And buildings. He's got a Maverick coming down now, but one Maverick probably isn't going to be enough.
He's really going to have to micro that one Maverick.
Yeah, it's going to micro his heart out. He needs to become Korean, like, right now. Yeah, one Maverick. Mavericks are good. But, well,
Okay, Frieza is bringing his Pelicans, putting him in front of the Skeeters. So what he's doing here is, so when Skeeters and Searchers try to shoot a Pelican, the missile, it kind of goes like, it doesn't hit them, it kind of like goes in front of them. So you can kind of set your Skeeters in the back, have the Pelicans in the front, and your units won't really take any damage while yours are doing damage to theirs.
yeah.
It's a nice little trick. That's the advantage of making Pelicans there. They're definitely better than the Skeeters.
But on the naval front, I'm really surprised that neither player has built a single submarine or crusader. Even one submarine could be so devastating because it would just... There's nothing to deal with it right now.
Yeah, I'm surprised, nobody's making any of those units just yet. Looks like Frieza's just going for like a full turtle style here. He's got a bunch of titles queued up, so it looks like he's going for pure economy and just going to try to hold in his corner here and just try to out eco Venom.
But Frieza running his Skeeters into those Gimps, that seems a little ill-advised, right? I mean, I would think the Gimps would just tear those apart in seconds.
Yeah. I would... He definitely needs to lead with the Pelicans here if he wants to push into that. I would consider this is probably a little bit of a misplay.
Yeah, I agree.
Because now Venom, he's got air, so he can make an air con or get some sea cons up here, and he's going to suck up all that metal there.
No, I agree. Gimps are not... They're no joke. I mean, the weakness used to be that they were on the bottom of the seafloor, so they couldn't really contribute. But now that they're walking on water... the miracles never cease, and these green lasers are going to tear through Skeeters like nobody's business. So,
yeah, the laser on the Gimp is actually quite strong.
Yeah, it's not that much different from a can laser, right? I mean, it's really strong. It's very Gimp is very high DPS unit.
And it looks like we have our first move. On the center, there's actually 5 mexes here, 5 metal deposits.
Wow.
Just waiting to be claimed. This middle area is actually quite important, but I've noticed in a lot of the games that people don't really fight for it. But so if somebody went hover, that middle would be a good way to claim that with hover and get some hover cons out there. But the issue with hover is you're kind of on a timer. You kind of have to finish your opponent with it because if they're going advance and you're going hovers, they're gonna out eco you with the moho mines, right? So it kind of puts you on a timer with the hover play. So that's probably why we don't see these players choosing that here.
Yeah.
But I have seen it used, and I've seen it work quite well as well. So you kind of have to make a strategy for it.
Here in the north, Venom with a pretty devastating push. He's got cans and raiders, and these cans are going to be tough to stop. He definitely wants to put those in the front, though. He's kind of microing this wrong. If you could get those cans to tank the sentinel shots, that would be ideal.
Yeah, since they do have a really high HP.
Yeah,
but
huge pool.
The Raiders, they do quite well against static defense as well. Like versus these, especially like when they're dragon teeth up, they can shoot over the dragon teeth and get some damage off. But yeah, you definitely want to have the cans in the front.
Yeah, of course, TA does not have any kind of formation move, so the units will just move at their own speed, and that can be very frustrating.
Makes it hard to micro sometimes.
Yeah. But I want to say that once these cans make it into Frieza's base, I mean, that might be GG. I mean, cans are just... They require specialized counters to kill. You can't... I mean, T1 units just don't really deal with them that effectively once they're... I mean, they're slow, but once they're in your base, it's just... It's scary.
Yeah, very scary.
And
they actually do quite well. So like if you try to like go up and D-gun, that's very dangerous because these lasers are pretty much I think they have a little bit more range than the D-gun.
Oh yeah.
Kill that commander super quickly, so.
And Frieza is trying that now. Frieza, you know, desperately hanging on.
I like this. He D-guns his own wins to make a path to get through so he can stop this.
Oh, he's trying it, man. He is trying it. Oh my god, it's so risky, but he's just desperate. He's got to do it. Yeah. He's got to try it.
Yeah, I think he did it probably the best way that you can.
Yeah.
He kind of caught them like one by one. If those were a little bit like tighter, like formation, it might be a little bit dangerous there. But
that's amazing.
Set up. Yeah, he's still hanging on.
Yeah.
But Venom's. It looks like he kind of won the sea battle here because he had to use these pelicans to stop that land attack. So now Venom's going to push in on the sea.
Yeah, and these gimps are new and improved, man. I have to say, I'm a believer in the walking gimp. The Jesus gimp. I've got to say, I'm converted to this religion because these things are just crazy. They're so strong.
Yeah. That was one of the, when I heard about this change when I first started playing, that was one of the changes that made me decide to go core. I was like, oh, that's dope.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. And Pelicans are still strong because the Pelicans are more well-rounded, like they still have the missile to counter air and everything.
Yeah.
But Gimps are just, and it fits the core style too, right? Core is more of like brute force. Beautiful D-gun there by Frieza. Gosh, he is...
He's doing very well with that.
He is disgusting.
He's very aggressive. He likes to.
Yeah.
He's kind of has more of a calm walkie. Very aggressive with his commander style. So if anybody knows how to do D-gunning,
it feels like he should have been dead several times over now. But those D-guns have been really keeping him in this game despite all the odds.
He's using the max range on it pretty good.
Yeah. But as we know, Frieza doesn't give up. You know, Frieza fights to the end. So that's.
He's got like 5% HP on his.
Oh my god, dude!
Now he's repairing it.
Yeah, he's so low. A stray can shot would kill him. A stray, you know, something could breathe on him and he would die.
Oh yeah, now Venom's starting to push from the bottom again with more storms. And he's kind of just Frieza's kind of just getting surrounded here.
Oh no! Oh my god, it's so close. How is he still alive?
He did repair it a little bit. But
what the hell is going on,
really
dude?
low.
He's hacking. He's hacking. I swear his health bar disappeared there for a second. I cannot believe that he is still alive here, but does it even matter? I mean, Venom is now in his base, and he's still D-gunning his little heart out, but...
Yeah, I think Venom is just too far ahead at this point. Like looks like he's over 100 metal. Let me see. He's got a lot of reclaim. I mean, he's kind of fighting. He does have a bunch of Crusaders now, but
God, the D-guns this game have just been disgusting.
Frieza has Hawks?
Yeah. Man, Venom Venom really putting on relentless pressure, but I've got to give Frieza props for those D-guns. That it was some beautiful play, trying to save his base and hold on as long as he can.
Yeah, like it's. I honestly don't know how he didn't die there.
No.
Yeah.
Like I literally saw hacks. I'm going into the Discord and oh, there is finally a lurker. There are some submarines on the field now.
Oh yeah, he does have 2 right here.
Yeah.
So you can do a nice little trick here. You can, if you you can do ground firing, which
Yeah.
then you can use those, and that'll actually the missiles of the subs will actually hit the gimps when you ground fire.
And these Crusaders should actually be good against the Gimps because their
Yeah.
cannons do hit an AoE, and so that will take them down. And they can outrange them too. So
you can use these skeeters to like trap these guys, and then be able to hold that off. So I'm not sure. That is a lot of gimps though, so I'm kind of unsure how this will play out. But it kind of looks like Frieza should be able to clean those gimps up. Now, how does Venom close this out?
he is struggling. I mean, just if you look at the mini-map, Venom has most of the map, but really struggling to just strike that killing blow.
Yeah. Frieza's done a really good job hanging on here, being very efficient with what he's got.
Yeah.
This might have been a little bit. He kind of sent his Crusaders into pretty much melee range of these gimps.
Yeah,
That's
I don't
when these
agree
gimps
with that.
shine.
Definitely
Yeah.
could have just kept them out of range and shell them to
A little
death.
bit of a micro error there, but I mean, this game is just all sorts of hectic. So
It is, yeah, I agree with that. It is hectic, and at the very least, he's keeping the Gimps occupied, preventing them from walking into his base. But yeah, I just don't know if it's going to matter. I mean, Venom has most of the map now. Surprisingly, well, Venom doesn't seem that far ahead on. Oh no, he is far ahead. It's Frieza keeps getting. He's just reclaiming.
Yeah, so those
Yeah.
like that's the problem with like our little stat bar here is it's kind of inaccurate because of the reclaim, and the numbers they don't update like super quickly, so it makes it kind of hard to figure out what their actual income is. But we try to do our best, you know. It's,
Yeah, so Venom is way ahead. Frieza just does
Yeah.
have a lot of reclaim to keep him in the game, but ultimately, in terms of steady income, Venom is way ahead, and now doing a push through the bottom left. Frieza has some Hawks, though, and some Bombers. And what's he want to do with these? Is he going for a comm snipe? What the heck's going on here?
he is. I'm not sure what his plan is here. Is he gonna try to snipe something? I think he is trying to look for his comm.
Oh my god, dude! This is crazy.
His comm's at the top right, I believe. Let's
Okay.
see here. So you go to the mega map, you can see each comm has their little symbol. So he is at the top right.
I see, yeah. So ultimately, I don't think that attack, that aerial,
Yeah.
it didn't accomplish too much. And, you know, I just don't think there's enough D-guns in the world to stop this attack.
Yep. And he's trying.
Yeah.
But this attack from the bottom is really. I mean, you can't have your commander in 2 different sides. So Venom doing a good job doing a pincer attack.
Yeah.
That's a good way to close it out. So game 2 goes to Venom. We're tied up 1-1 in this best of 5.
That was an awesome game, man. We got
Yeah.
to see a little bit of everything. Land, sea, air, Gimps. And I didn't believe you at first. I thought you were trying to make a fool of me on screen.
Bamboozle you a little bit. Yeah.
But no, that you know your word is gospel. They do walk on water. So we're gonna just take that and go with it. All right. But yeah,
Let's
man.
move on to
Go ahead.
Let's move on to game 3. You know?
Yeah.
I think the next map is Gods of War, classic OTA map. Both these players have played that map.
Oh, yeah.
Hundreds, thousands of times. So I'm
Yep.
kind of curious to see what's going to happen in that.
That will be
game.
fun. But
Yeah.
all right, guys, on to game 3.
On to game 3, guys. All right, guys, we're here with Wing Flyer, and we have game 3 here between Venom and Frieza in this best of 5. The map is Gods of War, an OTA classic. So let's get started here.
Yeah, we are really seeing some of the most classic of classic maps in this set. Comet Catcher, Gods of War. I mean, these are the maps that defined OTA. I remember playing multiplayer, 3v3s or whatever on Gods of War, and it was just absolute dumpster fire. But guys, that's just the way the game was played. You would build title generators and crusaders, and that was it, man. This map has been around forever. It is a classic. So
yeah. Okay, so I can right off the bat, Frieza is going for an Atlas first. So this is going to be
wow.
There's only either he's going to go to an island or there's going to be some con shenanigans here.
Yeah. What would happen if you were to just fly as Calm and D-gun Venom? Obviously that would be very bad manners, but would that be a tie? I mean, what would the rules be for that?
Okay, so the rules, so if you D-gun the Calm,
yeah,
you're basically taking a loss.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so he can't really do that. I mean, not that he would do that, but
yeah, but he can D-gun everything around the Calm.
Okay.
So it looks like we didn't have a rule in place for this situation. It looks Frieza's kind of found a little loophole in the rules.
Oh boy,
he's gonna.
Frieza is an evil character. I mean, we all knew that.
He loves to do stuff like this.
He loves death and despair. And Venom now putting up that pulverizer, but just too late.
Ooh.
It won't make it up in time.
Now, if Venom had a radar here,
yeah.
But I mean, you just wouldn't expect.
Oh, Frieza, you monster! What are you doing, Frieza? And Venom probably pooping his pants right now.
Yeah, it's just like, what the f?
What are you doing, bro? This is the cheesiest of.
So right, he's trying to make him accidentally D-gun him, so he gets the win here.
Oh my god!
Frieza being very smart with it, goes around him.
Oh my god, Frieza, you monster! This is so BM. This is such a BM strategy.
Yeah.
All right, let's check the health here. Frieza is getting pretty low. He's in the red.
Oh, yep. He's got 1/3 HP.
He's got to go underwater, and Venom chasing him there. He says, "I'll kill you. I'll kill you, Frieza. You killed Krillin." Oh god, dude, he barely lives. That's so crazy. So,
oh my god, so he barely gets away. Like, what does Venom do here?
Well, what did he have going on back at his base? Nothing. He didn't have an air con, so he is trying to get a bomber out.
Oh yeah, he's just gonna D-gun that.
Trying to.
Do you try to rush a torp launcher or something? Like, I don't even know.
Guys, it's hard to understate how much bad manners this is by Frieza. Like, even though he's not technically breaking any rules, there are gentleman's rules in TA, and you don't do this. You do not do this. This is.
So back at Frieza's base, he's actually following this up with a bomber too, and Venom has nothing, no anti-air now since he killed all the cons.
This is dishonorable. That's how I would put it. The Japanese are not happy with this. Frieza has dishonored his family with this. Yeah. But sometimes you got to do the unexpected, right?
Oh, he has oh my god, just laser him.
Are they both gonna die here?
No. Oh, Venom. Oh, Venom backed off. He should have just kept lasering there.
But wouldn't he die too? Oh god, here comes the bomber.
Yeah, but if I think one of the rules is so when people do this, you can punish them. So if Venom just kills him there, he gets the win.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, that's how that worked. Okay.
But he let him get away there.
Well, he didn't know he was a one hit, but yeah. He should have killed him. Yeah, guys, anyone watching this, the commander health bars are hidden in TA, so you don't know how much health your opponent has.
Yeah.
You just have to kind of guess.
So very unfortunate for Venom. I mean, he's trying to get a searcher out to shoot this. He does
Oh
have
my
one out.
god, dude.
He's searching for the Atlas, though. That's what he's looking for with that searcher up top.
Can you imagine if Venom loses this after just being one laser away from winning? That would
I
just
know.
be so sad.
I can just say, since the tournament is concluded, but this was a very talked about game.
Oh, I can
on the
imagine. Yeah,
Discord.
I mean he's breaking all the rules here of TA etiquette with
Yeah.
the shenanigans. Yeah, for sure. I would if I were Venom, I would absolutely be calling bullshit.
Yeah.
After this match, I'd be like, okay, Frieza, you are truly, to your character's namesake, you are an evil universe tyrant to engage in this. But you know, sometimes in a tournament you do what you have to do to win, or whatever. So
Yeah, that's true. And Frieza, he will literally do anything. Okay, as long as it's allowed in the rules. And you know, he's kind of found a little loophole there.
yeah,
I know in the next tournament we're going to be changing, or at least adding a rule in here to
yeah.
stop.
No, what would you
Stuff
do
like
with the
this,
rules?
but-
I mean, how would you stop this?
So we were thinking it's kind of like we'll put in like a gentleman's agreement rule, like
Yeah.
no comms going to the main base within like the first 5 to 10
Yeah.
minutes of the game. I think that would stop pretty much anything like this.
This is yeah, it's truly unforgivable. It's
Yeah. Well, I mean, Venom, he's got some searchers trying to keep these islands from being claimed. And where is Frieza's comm now? Okay, so he's back home now. And Venom
I mean,
hasn't
Venom's got to
claimed
be
his-
fuming right now. I mean,
Oh,
if I were
yes,
playing, I would just be so upset about this because it's like it feels
think he-
like you've just been cheated.
Yeah, and he's a very strong on this map. Like, this is probably one of his.
Oh yeah,
favorite
that's probably why
maps.
Frieza did it. Like he knew he wasn't going to beat him in a straight up game. He had to do some cheese to get an advantage because Venom, like you said on this map, probably would have beaten him in a regular game. So yeah, Venom
Let's
doing his
see.
best, man, to try to get back in this, but it feels like he's way behind.
Yeah. So with Frieza's, he's got 2 mixes on the top, and those are like the nice rich ones. So he is ahead by a lot.
Yeah,
He's already
definitely.
getting a K-Bot lab out, and he has air out as well. So he's going to keep the pressure on with the bomber. Venom's, he's basically has to, basically restart. It's like we could basically say this is 0 seconds into the game. He's restarted and he's playing while, Frieza's 10 minutes ahead.
And it's hard because, if he devotes everything to just building economy like metal extractors and wind generators, then he's going to get bombed. But if he builds pulverizers, then his economy falls further behind.
Yeah, see, like he doesn't even have any metal to build another missile tower.
Yeah.
So he's gonna have to like reclaim this wreck here. It's very desperate for metal right now. Nice little nano block there to keep that missile tower alive, though.
He does take out the bomber, and that's at least one less annoyance for him to deal with. But
Yeah,
there's a
so here
second
comes another
bomber.
one.
So he takes that one out too.
Yeah, I think Venom's just gonna. He does say GG.
Yeah, Venom says probably the gayest thing I've ever
seen.
seen. That's understating it. Yeah, that's
Oh,
Venom probably saying like, Frieza, you're a monster. You're not human. But yeah. Wow, I don't know. What do you want to say about that game? What do you say about that game?
I'm just gonna. That's not how I thought this game was gonna go down.
That's not
At
how
all.
you do it, guys. That's not how you do it.
I would recommend not doing that on this
Yeah.
map. It's not a very nice thing to do.
No, no. If you want to be the villain,
It's-
that's how. If you want to lose a lot of friends
yeah,
and get kicked out of the community,
yeah.
this is how you do it. So.
Frieza definitely living up to his character here.
Oh,
Uh,
absolutely. He's named appropriately. So,
all right.
uh,
Well,
yep.
let's get on to game 4, guys.
All right,
Um,
game 4.
and Frieza's up 2-0
2-1.
or 2-1.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. All right, guys, we're back with game 4. Frieza's currently up 2-1. I can't believe that last game. Oh my.
It's unreal. Frieza really living up to his name there. I mean, what else is
Yeah.
there to say? Yeah.
He's playing up to the, being the villain of the tournament here.
Yeah.
Um, but let's see if Venom can shake that off and, get a win here on Shinobi and tie this series up.
No, absolutely. I predict that Venom is about to go Super Saiyan here. He's angry. He's mad. Goku is absolutely furious. This is unacceptable. Goku has honor, and this will not be tolerated. So we're about to see Super Saiyan here. I expect that Venom is going to pull out all the stops, and might be some glowing and some yellow hair. So yeah,
Yeah, I feel like I have a feeling Venom's going to play pretty aggressive here. So
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see what his plan seems to be. So this map, Shinobi Sands, it's kind of like basically a mini version of Painted Desert.
Mm-hmm.
The mexes are they're not very rich deposits. You got a couple rich ones, but they're pretty spread out. So it's a very low metal map,
Yeah.
and you kind of have to rely on these um, rock reclaims. So if you
Right.
look near the Ninja Star, like a little bit above left and a little bit to the right down below, you'll see these huge
Oh wow.
rock patches.
There's
Yeah,
a ton of
so
reclaim.
yeah, there's a ton of reclaim on this map to grab. Those big patches there, those are pretty important. You should expect these guys to fight over those, and quite a bit of reclaim in the center as well.
Now both players are going vehicle, or have gone vehicle. Why do you think that is? Is this a better vehicle map?
So K-Bot is a little rough here just
Yeah.
because of just their speed. The con speeds are a little bit slow, so the vehicle cons can get to these rocks a lot quicker than a construction K-Bot could,
Yeah.
which makes a big difference. Like you can really ramp up a lot faster with vehicle here. Not K-Bot, you can pull it off, but you have to be very, very aggressive at the start. Like
Yeah.
one, two cons max, and then you're just pumping out AKs nonstop. That's the only way you can probably make it work. But yeah, vehicle's pretty standard here. Venom going for like 5 weasels here. Meanwhile, Frieza just he's got 2 cons out now, I believe. Maybe is it 2? Yeah, 2, and he's going some flashes. So what he could do with these weasels as he can actually try to look for where he's reclaiming these rocks. If you just like look around, you can kind of see where the reclaim marks. It leaves like a little mark, so you can track where the con is, kind of that way. And he's going to try to catch.
Oh
this
yeah,
con
yeah. I didn't think about that. Yeah, these little marks here, guys, on the ground, where you've reclaimed. The player can see that through the fog of war, so they will know that you have reclaimed. So it kind of gives like a breadcrumbs.
Yeah, like a little trail to follow to find that con.
Little trail of breadcrumbs.
Yeah, so the high level players will use that little tactic there.
Yeah.
To figure out where your cons are at to, do some damage to you.
But Frieza does have a flash escort on this particular construction vehicle, so that should fend off the weasels pretty well.
Yeah, they can't really get close to that. So it looks like he's just gonna go around to the back here, maybe wrap around and try to get some of these wins. Maybe a mix in his starting base, because it looks like Frieza's gonna do a comm walk already. Interesting choice. But it does fit his style, I'd say. Oh, but there's this con here reclaiming here in the back of Frieza's base, and it looks like he's going to snag that.
Yeah, nice pickup, and there's just not enough nano blocking
Yeah.
in the world to stop that many weasels from surrounding you. So ultimately, that con will die, and that's a good pickup. As I've mentioned in previous casts, killing a con early on, every con you kill gives you an advantage because cons are kind of expensive and they take a while to build. So every con you kill is kind of devastating to your opponent's economy.
Yeah, especially at the start.
Yes.
It just like really hinders you quite a bit.
Every con you lose at the start puts your opponent ahead, and sometimes if you lose 2 cons without getting anything in return, you can just lose the game. So got to be careful. You got to defend it.
Yeah, I really like this weasel start that Venom did here. It really pays off. Like these are still just going around being annoying.
Yeah.
You might be able to find some mexes he can pick off too, if he keeps them, watches them a lot, and keeps them micro and moving around.
But again, Frieza taking the more defensive position here. He hasn't really sent anything onto Venom's side of the map. He's just got roving flash patrols in his base to try to defend these weasel raids. And we'll have to see. Weasels are, I think, faster than flashes, but if flashes can get in range, they can tear those weasels apart. But these 2 weasels might catch this metal extractor.
Yep. So they're gonna take that out, and I wonder if he saw the commander. That'd be a big. Because if I see that commander walking around like that, I'm gonna put pressure on Frieza's main base.
Yeah.
ASAP.
Yeah. Wherever the commander is not, you can oftentimes take advantage of, because without that D gun and the laser, it is much harder to defend.
Yeah. He's also missing out on because that commander build power is really important early on the factory. So Venom probably has a lot more units out on the field.
Yeah.
Here.
That is one really interesting choice in pretty much every TA iteration. Whether to use your commander for his build power to pump out units in your base and to protect your starting base, or whether to send him out to expand. He excels at both. He's good as a builder, but he's also good at expanding. And in this game, both players, Venom deciding to keep his commander in the main base while Frieza moving him out onto the map. So we'll have to see how that plays out.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see how Frieza's gonna play this out. Actually, he's got so many. He's building cons in his main base, and he's also building cons at that forward area. So it seems like he's just so light on units. Like, how is he gonna defend here?
Yeah, Venom definitely putting on the pressure. He's got quite a few instigators at the top left with a slasher, and also putting some pressure on the middle. How do flashes match up against instigators? Yeah.
So I believe the gators, the instigators, have been buffed. So it's actually pretty even now. I think I forget what they did. I think it's the range. They gave it like a little bit more range, and that seemed to like balance them out the right way. So pretty even now. And I'm a core player, so it's when I like play against ARM players, it seems balanced. Like I don't feel like I'm being cheated because of they're just making flashes. It feels pretty balanced.
Yeah, I remember in OTA flashes were just better. They just seemed better in general. So
yeah, core is basically forced to make slashers instead because instigators were just that far. They're just not good.
But at the top left, Venom has broken through here, and he will take out this base at the top left. Take out that con. He misses that metal extractor surprisingly, but he takes out all the defense in the con. So nice push there by Venom.
Yeah, and he's got units heading towards the top right as well, and he is reclaiming this big rock patch down here on the right middle side. So that's going to give him a lot of metal. He's probably going to make a factory out of that. He's got a good amount of metal in the bank, so he can get another factory out.
Yeah.
And there's nothing to protect this con on the top right.
No, you're right. I mean, I think he's just going to kill it. I mean, the flashes are coming to defend this, and Venom isn't microing this, so the con may survive.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, we'll see here. He's looking at it now. Let's see if he can snag it. It doesn't. Looks like Frieza rallied some units there, and he's also distracted in a different spot.
So he will get that construction vehicle.
Yeah.
And at this point, Frieza has lost so many construction vehicles. He's lost at least 3. He's about to lose a 4th here at the top of the map. Yeah, he does lose a 4th one now. So he's just lost so much build power that I think Venom is just going to keep pressing him, and he's going to struggle to rebuild his base. I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, I would definitely give Venom the advantage here. He's really using that comm build power on the factory since he didn't do that comm walk, and he's like, you can see he just has way more units, and it's paying off. As now he's in the main, he's killing all of these wins, he's hitting nexus. Not looking good for Frieza here at all.
No, it's looking really bad.
Yeah.
Frieza losing those cons, losing 4 cons in a span of about 10 minutes. And as we mentioned earlier in this cast, you just can't lose construction vehicles like that without getting anything in return. It will just put you so far behind, and you can't build metal extractors, you can't build defenses, you can't build energy. And then every time you have to rebuild those cons, it takes a long time and they're expensive. So it puts you so far behind. And Venom really taking advantage of that. He's
pretty much, he's got, and the way he expands here is just, I mean, he's pretty much almost taken half the map. They're very light on the defense. He's just using this constant pressure to just rapidly expand. So he's taking advantage of Frieza's defensive style, just rapidly expanding.
Yeah, and if you look at where Frieza's commander is right now, he's on 3 vehicle plants, but I just don't think he can even. He doesn't even have the metal to support those 3 plants.
Yeah, after that raid in the main base, it's he's kind of just he's trying to get some cons out now, some more. I'm kind of curious to see if he can recover here. I mean, he does have a lot of flashes on the right side, pushing him off. But Venom's got a little raid on the very right side. Nice little flank.
Yeah, and he is, to his credit, he's doing a decent job of Frieza doing a decent job of rebuilding. But I have to assume that Venom is about to start putting even more pressure on. Economically, he's ahead. He's got more power as well. At least he did. But he's got three factories pumping out instigators. But Frieza is doing a counterattack, and I mean, do you think Frieza can? Do you think there's any way he can come back in this game?
He's. I don't know. It's going to be tough because it looks like this attack here that Frieza did on the right side got pretty much shut down, and he did have to pull back here on the left side as well. So he's really just on the back foot here. I mean, the only way I could see this going well for Frieza is if Venom basically just stops putting pressure on him, but he's just not going to do that. He's just going to keep putting pressure everywhere. So
yeah, with 3 factories pumping out instigators and having the superior economy, Venom may just overwhelm Frieza with units.
Yeah.
And as we said before, instigators and flashes are pretty evenly matched. So, one thing, does the leveler exist in ProTA?
Yes, it does. It's on the T2, the
Oh, it's
advanced
T2 now.
vehicle factory. Yeah,
Okay.
and it's basically like a Panther.
Oh, it's like the equivalent to the Panther for core.
Yeah.
It's like a raiding vehicle.
Yeah, it's a raiding vehicle. Yeah, it's like their main fast mobile raiding unit. I would give Panthers a slight edge over the levelers, but it's still pretty decently close.
But man, Frieza is he's doing counterattacks, but I don't know about this. I really feel like he should be saving his flashes to defend his side of the map, because Venom is definitely outproducing him, and if he keeps throwing flashes into his army and just losing them, he may find it hard to defend his own base when Venom does counterattack or push in. But at the bottom left, he's sending quite a few flashes, and he might catch these wind generators down here. Maybe this con too. So
yeah, that could hurt Venom a little bit here. It could make him stall some energy.
Yeah,
which will slow him down for sure. Frieza doing a very good job, like splitting these units up into different spots. Like this is a nightmare to defend. We got attacks. Oh my god, pretty much all over the place right now.
The whole map is just lighting up with skirmishes. So
looks like Venom's gonna defend this stuff in the main here.
But Venom has now gone for K-Bot as well.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is? Is there any kind of K-Bot that would be useful in this situation?
So he could just be making it for... So what I like about the construction K-Bots is they're very nice for guarding the factories.
Yeah.
Because you can get a bunch of them surrounding that. So you can use it for that. Looks like he's just going to send these out to reclaim the mexes and reclaim. He could also go into advanced K-Bot. That could be an option for him.
But Frieza putting the pressure on him, and it's a little surprising given how far Venom was ahead that Frieza is continuing to push in. He killed that whole little base in the bottom left, and now pushing through the middle. Yeah, Frieza is not out of this, but Venom still is ahead on metal. So if he can defend these attacks, theoretically he could counterattack and win. I mean,
yeah. Let's see here. So, yeah, see now Venom's rapid expansion. It looks like if you can break through like this, because Venom had like a nice little spread out empty line kind of like throughout the middle, and since it looks like Frieza's broken through that, it makes it really hard for Venom to keep track of all these units and defend now. So it gives Frieza free reign to kind of raid all these back mexes in the back, as there was no MTs or light laser towers to defend them.
No, absolutely,
Venom's,
man.
Yeah, Venom's starting to do some good counterattacks.
Yeah.
Now.
And Frieza does have some flashes in his base, but Venom is prepared for this. He's got a lot of instigators down here.
Yeah,
and
that's a big amount of instigators. He's got a lot there.
And yeah, now I think Frieza just donating metal. These construction vehicles would be more than happy to reclaim those flash corpses and give Venom an economic advantage. But now these instigators in the middle or the top, like the top left, kind of closing in on Frieza's commander. He's de-gunning.
Oh yeah, he has no energy.
Oh no!
Oh my god, he has no energy. And
oh,
Venom's
he might die here.
For it.
Oh, he has no energy. This is so sad.
No.
He can't de-gun, and he's just getting surrounded. Venom catching his commander out. Boom.
Oh, that's got to feel good for Venom there.
Yeah.
That's
Wow. well played there by Venom. Definitely getting revenge for that last game and
Mm-hmm. We're tied
catching.
up.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we're tied up now.
But yeah, catching Frieza's commander off guard at a crucial moment where he didn't have energy and he couldn't D-gun, and just perfect timing there with that instigator push, and ends up killing him. So that was a good game. Frieza definitely hanging on there, but Venom does ultimately pull
Yeah, kind of.
ahead and
It
win.
did look like he was bringing that back.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Because if even like the score, it looks at least metal produced wise is pretty even. Did lose a lot more. That's probably from early on. Those like losing those cons, he kind of snowballed that a little bit. But Frieza doing a good job, like hanging in there and bringing it back. But good moves by Venom at the end, going for that calm snipe.
Yeah. So guys, we are going to a game 5. This is down to the wire. Both players have won 2 games. And who do you predict is going to win? I mean, who do you think's going to who's your favorite here?
That's a tough one. I'm not really sure. It honestly could go either way. Like both these players are insanely good.
Yeah. I honestly
I
think
honestly have
Venom
no
has been
idea.
triggered. I think he's in Super Saiyan mode, and I
Yeah,
personally believe he's going to defeat Frieza as was foretold by the prophecy. So
yeah. I'll agree with you on that.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll agree with you on that.
But
He's on it. Yeah,
yeah, guys,
he
let's
does
get
have
into
the
game
momentum now.
5. Yeah.
All right, let's do it. All right, guys, we're back with game 5 in this best of 5 series. So this series has gone all the way between these two, an absolute slugfest.
Yeah, absolutely. It has been an amazing series, guys. Really back and forth. Even if there have been some uncouth plays being attempted, overall, you can see the skill level of these players is extremely high, and they're both playing their hearts out. It's been a very fun series to watch and cast, and the question I have to ask in this final game is, is Frieza going to achieve his final form? And
True. Will he launch the supernova?
yeah, exactly. We did some research. It is the supernova. Will he destroy Earth and all of Goku and everyone with it, or will Goku go Super Saiyan himself and use the Spirit Bomb? I think at this point Venom probably asking for our energy, guys. This has been an
Yeah.
amazing series, and guys, this map is Open Palms. This is a Supreme Commander map, and really cool map. I'm so happy to see it ported to TA, because this is such a cool map, very well designed, and yeah, man, let's get into it.
Yeah, it's one of the classics for Supreme Commander, Open Palms,
Yeah.
and I think Rock he picked a great tile set for it. It looks amazing.
Oh my God, it looks so good. Look at this. I mean, it doesn't even look
Yeah.
like a TA map because it's so well designed, and
Yeah, I don't know how Rock makes the maps look so good. Now he does some kind of rendering to them, but
yeah, it
like he
really
even
does
changed the
look
comet
amazing.
catcher. Like the comet catcher even looked pretty different.
Yeah,
It's like a darker color. It looked pretty sweet.
I mean, for a 25-year-old game, this is
Yeah.
beautiful. It's just so beautiful. So
Well, it looks like Frieza's going to open up with K-Bot, which the K-Bot it's pretty standard here. As this, it's a pretty small map
yeah,
here for TA. I can't remember how big it was, and if it was like a bigger map on Supreme Commander, or was it a pretty small one?
no, this was it's about the same size, but Open Palms was a 10 by 10. So in Supreme Commander, you basically had 5 by 5, 10 by 10, and 20 by 20. There was also 40 by 40 maps, but those were usually like team play.
Yeah,
So
that's huge.
I think this was a 10 by 10. So it was maybe medium size, but just the way the players' bases are positioned, the action happens pretty quickly. Generally,
Yeah.
one or both players will try to control middle. But there's also these kind of side islands. These cannot be reached by, at least in Supreme Commander, they can't be reached by ground, so you have to fly units onto these kind of little side islands here.
Yeah.
To
I believe
yeah.
you still have to do that
Okay.
for the T1 too.
Yeah. So this was more of a small/medium size map. I believe it was a 10 by 10. But yeah, it is a classic map, and it's kind of like the equivalent to like Comet Catcher or Gods of War for Forged Alliance. And I'm so happy to see it ported here. It's really cool, really cool looking, and just interesting design. The way this is designed, these bases are covered by like a little mountainous cove here, and it reminds me almost of Core Prime Industrial Area. Do you know that map, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like you have a very defensible base here, but to really control the map, you need to break out of that base, and there's metal all around, so it leads to some pretty interesting games.
Yeah. One thing I've noticed, I've watched a few replays on here and played a couple games. Sometimes if your opponent has an advantage on you and he kind of surrounds you a bit, it gets really hard to get out of this your starting cove here. So hopefully we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, that can happen. And you can, of course, take the side islands, fly an Atlas with a constructor to the side islands. Or now in Forge Alliance, all of the constructors, there was only one constructor. So no matter if you built a sea lab, an air plant, or like a vehicle factory, they all had the same constructor. So there were no air cons.
Yeah.
In this game, having air cons does change things because you don't necessarily have to transport K-bots or vehicles to the side islands. You can just use those air cons to take the metal spots. So we'll have to see if the players decide to do that. But right now, there's an engagement between AKs and Pee-wees.
Looks like Frieza trying to put on the aggression this time, and Frieza defending. Venom defending that pretty well there. A lot of reclaim for him to get, which could definitely boost his production. He could probably get another factory out with that reclaim there.
Now, Venom, this is the first game that he has gone yellow. I think he was green all the previous games, right?
Yeah, it threw me off a little bit.
So this will indicate that Venom has indeed gone Super Saiyan. And he has achieved his final form here, and I expect that Venom is going to give us a performance of his life in this game.
Yeah, I mean he's already off to a great start. Like all this, he's sucking up the reclaim right now.
Yeah,
and honestly, he has since he's been playing defensive here, he's got a lot more army. So when he does his counterattack, it's really going to be
devastating. Yeah. Now, one thing about TA that's a really interesting dynamic of the game is, especially early on when you only have one factory, is deciding when to pump out units like AKs and when to switch to construction K-bots, because you only have one building that construct them. And if you go too greedy and just build K-bots, for example, your opponent will just kill you. But if you invest too much in an army, then you might fall behind economically. There's a delicate balance in terms of knowing when to mass produce army and when to play more greedy or switch to eco. And it's kind of amazing that these players, they seem to be so in tune of, so for example, Venom now just built one K-bot and then switching back into AK. So, guys, that is a huge part of the skill of the game, is that kind of game sense, knowing when to knowing what to build. So
Yep, that's true. That's it's kind of like you kind of have to like balance it a little bit, make some units.
yeah,
I kind of like calling like you kind of weave in cons
yeah,
with your units. So like maybe something that I do in my games, I kind of do like maybe like 10 units, then I'll build a con or two, 10 more units, build another con. So you're continually to grow, but you won't really fall too far behind on units. Um,
yeah.
and depending on your style, you can alter that as well.
And like I said, it takes a lot of game sense because in TA you don't have the best scouting. Most of the map is covered in fog of war, especially early on. So in a way, you don't know what your opponent is doing exactly, or how many units they're building. So you have to kind of get in your opponent's mind or have a good game sense to know when it's safe to build cons and when you need to double down on production of your army to either defend your base or punish them. Like maybe they're going a super greedy build where they're not building any combat units, and then you can just go punish them and win. And these high-level players are very good at kind of knowing what their opponents are doing without seeing it. Even though they can't see their base, they usually have a good read on their opponent. So that's it's kind of hard to see, I guess, from our perspective, but it is very impressive that they just seem to have a good handle on how many combat units they can build and then how many constructors they can build. So,
all right, so we got a little bit of a Frieza moving forward with his commander. Kind of curious if he's actually just going to push. See, now Venom was doing what we were talking about. He kind of had Frieza stuck in his little cove there, and he knows he's a little bit behind. So now he's kind of doing a bit of a desperate play here with his commander. He's just going to try to push up straight in the middle. And you saw Venom there going, really? Like, here we go again, right?
Yeah. So again, Frieza being very aggressive with his commander, and the idea here is, these AKs will die to D-guns in mass droves. So it becomes very difficult when a player uses his commander like this, because you don't want to just lose your whole army to D-guns. So clearly Venom a little frustrated that Frieza... go ahead.
I like Venom's reaction here. He actually made some crashers, which is probably the best thing to make here. Because you can use their range to push this commander back. So very good unit switch there by Venom. And he also has a nice big army here. And Frieza doesn't really have anything in the main to stop this besides these rallying units. He could push in here and do some damage. If he kills the energy, Frieza can't D-gun no more. And then what does he do?
Oh, then it's over. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Venom with a nice counterattack, and it may catch Frieza off guard. As we mentioned in the last cast, you want to attack where their commander is not, because that's the most vulnerable part of their base.
Yeah.
And Venom definitely taking advantage of the fact that Frieza is using his commander very aggressively. And actually, Frieza now, at least he was walking his commander back towards his base, but now kind of pivoting.
Oh yeah, see, these AKs are going to get... Oh my god.
Oh my god, if he gets the energy,
all that wind.
Frieza can't D-gun, and if Frieza can't D-gun, then Venom can just surround him and kill him like last game.
Yep. And look, like, I can tell, like, Frieza's moving his comm back and forth. I can tell the indecisiveness here.
Yeah.
He's not really sure what to do now, as, basically all of his power is dead. He has no energy anymore.
Yeah. Venom played this perfectly. He saw that Frieza was using his comm aggressively. Now, if it were a less experienced player, they would probably panic there and keep trying to fight Frieza's commander in the middle, and he would lose a war of attrition because Frieza has the D-guns. But Venom perfectly counterattacking and doing so much economic damage there. And Frieza only on 91 energy. The game may just end right here.
Yeah, he's just going to push it. I love him mixing in some crashes there to push the commander away. That was probably the best thing he could do there in that situation, because it really kind of stopped his push. And then Venom was able to punch him there. Yep. So both the players are saying GG. It looks like it's going to be Frieza's commander so low. He's just there we go. He's gonna go in and finish it.
Wow. But that was a good game, man.
Yeah.
Venom reacting perfectly to that. If he had just tried to fight on Frieza's terms there, he probably would have lost. But that counterattack into Frieza's main base with AKs was perfect. It was just really well timed. So.
Yeah. I think he did everything pretty much perfectly there, making the crashers to fight off the comm. Kind of puts, and then that little side flank with those AKs to just kind of go into Frieza's base and wreak havoc on that energy. And then Frieza's game plan just falls apart there. If you don't have the energy to degun like he planned on doing, his plan just falls apart.
Yeah, and as you said, I mean, we saw that once Venom was in Frieza's base doing that counterattack, his commander kept moving back and forth because it's like he couldn't decide what to do anymore. Like on one level, he wants to bring his commander back to his base to defend it, but on the other level, like he loses his advantage if he does that.
Yeah,
and kind of an impossible situation for him there. He was out of energy and couldn't degun, and man, yeah, Venom really going Super Saiyan there, man. He played that perfectly. Clearly, he sees that Frieza's doing a very aggressive, risky strategy, and he punishes him for it, and punishes him hard, and Frieza just crumbles. So, really well played there. I mean, that whole series was awesome.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was pretty awesome games overall. The game 3, that
good lord,
it's still speechless on that one. That was pretty hilarious. I think I'm actually shocked that he did that in the tournament. But
I mean, if nothing else, it was entertaining. Like whatever else you want to say about it, about whether it was honorable or gentlemanly, it was certainly entertaining. And Venom almost won even still. I mean, he was one laser away from winning that one. So,
Venom's going to move on here to the finals now, and Frieza will go down to the tiebreaker bracket for third place. So the other series for the best of 5 will be Tag Breezy, which is myself, versus Rock, which I did stream on my channel. So if you guys want to check that out, I'll put the little video. It'll pop up at the end here if you want to check that out.
So yeah, guys, go ahead and to my viewers, go ahead and check out Breezy's channel. It is called Breezy Cast. I will link the YouTube channel in the description, and I will also post it in the comments. So he will be casting the tournament. I think from the round of 8, you're going to be casting all the games.
Yeah. So I still have to upload one of the round of 8s, and then and then I'll probably do. I don't know if I'll cast my own games since I already live streamed them, but I might do the third place cast and then the finals.
Yeah, guys. If you're interested in seeing how this tournament pans out, if you're now emotionally invested in the outcome, go check out Breezy's channel, and he is casting all these games. And we may do another co-cast of this tournament as well. This was a lot of fun. I think we both had a lot of fun. So
yeah, I enjoyed having somebody to co-cast with. It was something I've never done before, so I had a good time. I felt like we had a lot of fun with it, and honestly, I look forward to maybe doing it again. Maybe, who knows? Maybe for third place or for the finals if you'd be interested in doing that. Anybody from my channel, go check out Wingflyer's YouTube channel. He covers all sorts of stuff. I've seen him. He does escalation. Now he's done ProTA. I've seen a couple of casts on FAF, Bar. So he does all sorts of stuff. So yeah, go check out his channel. It's been a lot of fun, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah. No, man, this was awesome. Guys, I hope you really enjoyed those games. That was very high level play, and ProTA is an amazing mod. It's kind of like taking OTA and kind of fixing most of the balance issues, but trying to keep the spirit of the original, where escalation is more of like revamping the whole thing. And but definitely it's fun to cast this, and it's fun to see these players. Frieza and Venom have been around forever, so these guys are old veterans, and you can definitely see that in their play. So man, Breezy, it's been awesome. I'm so glad that you brought me on, and yeah, man, I hope we can cast more.
We'll have to do
games.
it again.
Yeah,
maybe I can join you for an escalation game. Sometimes you can.
Yeah, that sounds awesome, man. But guys, thank you for watching, and we will have more content for you in the near future. So
thanks for watching, guys. See ya.